rise in recognition of the class. Can you hear me now? Please rise in recognition of the class and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red alert, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, thank you. Good evening. I am Heather O'Mara, and it is my honor as Hope CEO and founder to welcome you to the Hope 2022 graduation ceremony. Tonight, we, family, friends, mentors, coaches, and teachers come together to honor the achievements of the class of 2022. Hope graduates, you are joined together to celebrate your graduation from high school. You have all followed different paths, yet you are celebrating this milestone together. You motivate us with your successes, and you inspire us with your resilience. We are all so proud. As you reflect on your road to graduation, take pride in your journey. Despite the odds, you made the decision that you were going to graduate. I know that many of you had moments of discouragement, but you did it. Each one of you has met Hope's rigorous graduation requirements. Now you are here to celebrate. You know that you are prepared to do whatever life brings you next. So we're gathered together to celebrate the class of 2022, and we must thank those who have helped make this evening possible. I would like to recognize first Nia and Chelsea for their amazing rendition of the national anthem. The entire Douglas County School District team, especially Mr. Derek Cheney and the Echo Park Stadium crew, who have worked nonstop to ensure our safety and prepare this stadium. The Douglas County School District Board of Education and staff, represented by Director Becky Myers. Hope's Governing Board, represented by Kim Rossi. And all of our other special guests. Graduates, we are here to celebrate each of you and to celebrate those special people and the wind who have supported you even when it wasn't easy. To all the parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousin, and other special people in the audience, we celebrate you. You should each be so proud of your graduate and also of yourselves. You're their pillars of support. So graduates, thank your team. We also celebrate those who cannot be with us, those who have supported us and who have been our example, our guiding lights. Now, before we hear from our board president and before we recognize our valedictorian and salutatorian, I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about Hope. The class of 2022 is Hope's 17th graduating class. Which way?
Maybe they can sit down.
What?
They're all standing still.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell everybody you can be seated. I apologize. I've been standing a lot. You need some exercise. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so the class of 2022, who is now seated, is Hope's 17th graduating class. It's our largest. And when I started Hope in 2004, I never dreamed that this would become my life's work. I'm so fortunate to lead an organization that truly inspires me. Each and every day, and especially on graduation day, I am reminded of how much I truly love what I do. And as you know, the fight for hope is not always easy, it's not always fair, but it's always worth it. One day, on a day when I was particularly discouraged, I came across a poem that I'd like to share with you. It's called the Starfish Poem. An old man was walking on the beach one morning after a storm. In the distance, he could see someone moving like a dancer. As he came closer, he saw that was a young woman picking up starfish and throwing them into the ocean. So he asked, "Young lady, why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" She responded, "The sun is up and the tide is going out, and if I do not throw them in, they will die." She said, "But young lady, do you not realize that there are many miles of beach and thousands of starfish? You cannot possibly make a difference." The young woman listened politely, then bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the sea. It made a difference for that one. That's what hope is about, making a difference, one starfish at a time. To this day, almost 20 years later, when I'm having a tough day, when I'm feeling discouraged, I am inspired by students like you who will graduate. Hope makes a difference. Hope makes a difference because of our community. Hope's community of teachers, directors, managers, mentors, and coaches, as well as our instructional, administrative, and technical teams. They come to work every day and put their hearts and souls into everything they do. Their passion, their dedication, and unwavering support for Hope and our students is apparent. Please join me in honoring Team Hope, a team dedicated to starfish. So thank you all. So graduates, please allow me to share Nikki Bonas' words of hope with you. If you only carry one thing throughout your entire life, let it be hope. Let it be hope that better things are always ahead. Let it be hope that you can get through even the toughest times. Let it be hope that you are stronger than any challenge that comes your way. Let it be hope that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now, and that you are on the path where you are meant to be. Hold on to hope on the good days and the bad, because there's so much ahead of you. Hold on to hope that you have the power to change things, your circumstances, your mindset, or your path. And remember that you are never stuck. Always hold hope in your hearts, because sometimes hope will be the very thing that carries you through. Now, wait, am I going to podium two? Sorry. Now, is that on now? I would like to recognize some students who have risen to the very top in their academic endeavors. Will the students with gold cords and black and silver cords please rise? These cords represent hard work and dedication to academic endeavors. The students with the gold cords put in extra work to earn the highest grades and graduate with honors tonight. Please give this group of students another round of applause. You may be seated. Tonight also, I have the pleasure of recognizing the academic achievements of two outstanding students who rose to the top of their class. Would Summer Rocha from Brighton Leadership Academy please join me on stage? Congratulations. Summer is an independent, creative, unusually bright, and she's her own person. She's been very focused throughout her high school career, which not only enabled her to graduate a year early, but she is also graduating as one of the top students of this graduating class. She has a strong work ethic and has always pushed herself to complete her work to the best of her abilities. She's going to continue her education and plans on studying psychology. She believes that many with mental health issues are still overlooked and stigmatized in society, and she wants to be a positive influence in her community. We are so proud of this young woman and look forward to seeing the positive changes she will make in the world. I am pleased to present Summer with this year's salutatorian medal. Okay. Without making you got it? Congratulations. And a very special gift. Don't lose it. Congratulations. Now, I have the pleasure of calling Riley Baca from Alpha Academy to the stage. Riley joined the Hope family at Alpha Learning Academy in her junior year and took advantage of the ability to work online and concurrent enrollment opportunities. Riley is a talented artist and was selected to be the art department assistant at Trinidad Junior College. Those who know Riley describe Riley as a dedicated achiever with a compassionate heart and a great sense of humor. Riley plans to complete an environmental science research internship at CU Boulder this summer before heading to Southern Oregon University to study biology and environmental science. I am pleased to present Riley Baca with Hope's 2022 valedictorian medal. And Riley has prepared a few remarks.
1 week ago, my mom got a call from the site coordinator, Jodine Muniz, informing her that I was the class of 2022 valedictorian. To which my mom said, "My Riley? Are you sure about that?" Now, this is not to say that my mom is a bad or unsupportive mother, but these few years have been rough. Certain points of my academic career were uncertain to say the least. I mean, my whole life was fairly unsteady. Between switching schools halfway through the semester, chronic mental health struggles, and the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a lot going on hindering my ability to get valedictorian-worthy grades. Now, I feel a bit odd addressing you all as a collective and projecting my experience onto you, because to be frank, I can't say I've really met many of you. I live about 4 hours south of here, and my interactions with Hope have been nearly exclusively online. However, it is a part of the human experience to face hard times and low points. And while I can only speak to my own struggles, I know that you have all grappled with and continue to fight against your own individual obstacles. I'm also aware that me telling you that it will get better probably doesn't mean much, but things will pass in time. It may pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass nonetheless. I encourage you, both now and the coming future, to seek out these things that make these challenging times easier, whether it be family and friends, teachers and mentors in your schools, a counselor, or even just a good plant or pet to remain steadfast and consistent by your side. There are things in your corner that will make things easier. And eventually, this passing will grow into an opportunity, and that opportunity will lead to a success. I am thankful to my own friends, family, pets and plants, and of course the people at Hope who helped me get through my own period of difficulty. I couldn't have gotten this far without them. I have since grown my own opportunities and successes from my experience, and I know the future will continue to hold more, both for myself as well as for all of you. Congratulations to us, the class of 2022.
Thank you, Riley, for being a role model for all students, and best of luck in your future endeavors. Now I have the honor of introducing Hope's board chair, Ms. Kimberly Rossi. Kim Rossi is the Senior Vice President with Assured Partners of Colorado. A Colorado native, Ms. Rossi graduated from Wheat Ridge High School and earned her Bachelor's of Science degree from University of Colorado. Kim and her husband, John, have one adult son, Connor. She spent many of Connor's school years volunteering in his elementary school, participating on collaborative school committees, and serving as a Cub Scout leader. Hope is honored that Kim joined Hope's governing board in 2016 and became our chair in 2017.
Thank you, Heather. Director Myers, as president of the Hope Board and in accordance with the Douglas County School District and Hope Online Learning Academy co-op policies, I certify these students have met the requirements to graduate, and it is my honor to present the class of 2022.
Good evening. As a representative of the Douglas County School District Administration and the Board of Education, I accept these graduates and deem that they should receive their diplomas. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Okay, now we've arrived at the awarding of the diplomas. Please be respectful of the graduates and their families so that every name can be heard as it is called. This year, students will receive their diploma and an individual profile as a memento of their time with Hope. As I call the students from their learning site, the director or their representative will come forward to say a few words and introduce their graduates. Alpha Learning Academy, Director Selena Apodaca, Hope Site Coordinator Jodine Muniz.
Good evening, Hope graduates, family, and friends. This class of 22 has a special place in my heart. Throughout the year, we have overcome adversity and many obstacles in every way possible. From some of you not knowing if you will make it to today, to some of you finishing early, the true outcome is the success of graduation. I know that every single one of you will go far in life and be successful in everything you do. Remember, the tassel was worth the hassle. I'm sure you guys will be happy, no more hassling from the staff, right? Remember that you hope that this year will be a year and a day you will always be remembered. My wish for you is that you continue to rise above your struggles and keep pushing yourself. I want each of you to know how proud I am of you, and I have always believed in you. Graduation is an exciting time. It's both an ending and a beginning. It's warm memories of the past and big dreams for the future. Congratulations, class of 2022. Trinity Star Christina Avalos Vasquez. Riley Marie Baca. Austin Riley Canada. Nicholas Cage Cortez. Michael Joseph Duhan. Jocelyn Monique Escabel. Yadiel Gabriel Gauthier Rivera. Lillian Estela Laura. Kaylee Rain Maldonado. Sergio Andres Ochea. Samara Ann Pierce. Rebecca Marie Reeder Lujan. Donald Ethan Teddy Royaball. Luciano Oro Varos. James Matthew Villegas. Jaylyn Ray Walters. Alexander Richard Lee Workman.
Brighton Leadership Academy. Directors Jaime and Kim Vega. Hope Site Coordinator Paula Stieber.
Good afternoon to the amazing class of 2022. Congratulations. You've done it. All the hard work is finally paid off, and you are ready to take the next big step in life beyond high school. And to our Brighton graduates, on behalf of all the staff and mentors, we love you all, and we are so proud of you. If I were to think of one word to describe this journey, your journey over the last 2 to 3 years, it would be unprecedented. Unprecedented is defined as never done or known before. You are unprecedented. You are a high school class that has done something never known before. It's been a crazy last few years. From week-long quarantines to distance learning, masked classes to Google Classroom assignments, and endless Zoom meetings. All of our crazy roller coaster rides have been unprecedented. Never seen before in the history of education, let alone at Brighton Leadership. Because let's be honest, every single person that has graduated from BLA is special. Living in such unprecedented times made us cherish the small yet important things in life. Because life is made up of the little things. What makes your day beautiful? What do you think about when you go to bed at night? Do you smile looking back at something that happened during the day? It might be a small thing, and that's where the beauty lies. Going to school, catching up on your classes, saying thank you, saying I love you seems like small things, but it's doing those small things that have brought you here. In this fast-paced world, you've grown up in enjoy the little things in life because one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. Lastly, I want you all to know that me and Mr. Vega will always be your biggest cheerleaders, even after high school. If you remember to never lose faith in God and to never settle for less, along with the resolve and hard work you've shown over your life, you can accomplish anything in life that you want. Congratulations, Brighton graduates. We hope you have an amazing life.
Hallie Marissa Aragon. Araceli Baca Torres. Ray Isaac Cercida. David Troy Duran. Riley Jaden Dyer. Richard James Gabaldon Jr. Alyssa Mariah Garcia. Kenya Danixa Leon Zubia. Caleb Anthony Loya. Jaylissa Lorraine Mays. Cody Lane Mills. Jacob Ali Montelongo. Avery Jewel Muro. Brianna Julie Pelayo. Summer Brianne Rocha. Gabriela Sanchez. Eli Isai Santibáñez. Jaime Tapia Jr. Vicente Ugalde. Isaac Vilayasak. Raquel Villalba Soto.
Front Range Academy. Director Lynn Dare, Hope Site Coordinator Jenny Cool.
Oh, a great hello to my wonderful, wonderful students. I wanted to let you know that we want you to go forward towards your dreams. Live, okay, I'm short. Live your life and go forward as strong as you can be, and keep making us proud. I want to congratulate the Front Range Academy graduates of 2022. Yeah.
Evan Gretzky Calloway. Catherine Michelle Collado Serrano. Katie Friday. Nadia Estela Gonzalez. Austin Edward Lamont. Emily Christina Loya Carabajal. Daniel James Quintana. Austin Jax Rapson. Josiah Matthew Vigil Rodriguez.
You did it. I love you.
Dakota Rose Ward.
Thank you.
Finn Zabuka.
Here, do you want to look?
Glenn R. Jones Academy, Director, Site Coordinator, Kim Garcia.
Thank you, Heather. Good evening, Glenn R. Jones students, families, and friends. Okay, I am so excited to see you all here. My name is Kim Garcia, and I am the director of Glenn R. Jones Academy. It has been a pleasure to witness the end of your high school career, and I'm honored to be here with you. These last few years have been tough for so many of us, but you did it. The perseverance and grit you showed this year are an inspiration to us all. As you enter the next phase of your lives, I wish you happiness. I wish you joy. Go out there and be courageous. Go out there and be your best. You will always be a part of the Hope family, and I won't forget you. Congratulations. Stephen Kenneth Beck. Midori Lee McMillan.
Closer to the mic.
Okay. Can I get a hug? Aris Mitchell. Congratulations. You better hug me, girl. Congratulations. Catherine Faith Morales.
Way to go, Kay.
Woohoo.
I know, sorry. Try not to make a big deal out of you.
You're gonna give me a quick hug and then you're gonna get a picture. Quick. Elena Morton. Vincent Brandon Pacheco.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm excited.
I am too. Jaden Marie Noel Peace. Andres Thomas Ramirez.
Andres Tomas Ramirez.
Ay, Andres. Daniel Ramos Gomez. You did it. That's so beautiful. Oh, you did it. Haley Michelle Rudolph.
Global Advantage Academy, Chief of State Officer Bobby Galena.
Thank you, Heather. Global Advantage students, it's such a pleasure to share in the intensity of emotions filling this stadium as you who are graduating close this chapter of your life story. Parents, you are probably wondering where the years have gone. Let's all marvel at your sons' and daughters' accomplishments. Graduates, you are the class of 2022. Congratulations. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you have imagined. Haley May Schneider. Victoria Grace Vabul Sidaseri. Seth Christopher Burrow. Leilani Breeze Pae Kamaru. That was close. That was close. Annabelle Renee Martinez. Stephanie Georgiana Batut. Okay. Josiah Gonzalez. Ariana Estrell Montez. Savannah Nicole Franzoy. Shantae Marie Gallegos. Josiah Jordan Colasso. Abby Ann Peggins. Santo Juan Rodriguez Solano. Morgan Mary Smith. Truman Walsh Bodiger.
Yep, right here.
Maranatha Learning Academy, Victoria Aguilar, Hope Director, Site Coordinator Barb Pagano.
Thank you, Heather. Well, what can I say? I'm so very proud of our Maranatha group. You've been with me for so many years. And like every other school, it's been a challenge. And going through what we did for these last 2 years and you sticking with it is a big, big accomplishment. It's an honor for me to stand before you all this evening. I would like to share some words of encouragement and advice to our graduates. The best way to predict your future is to create it. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Go places you've never been. Do things you've never done. And I know this group will, because they're a good group. They're not quitters. Just a small little advice for you. It says, on how you can do this is something behind you, all your memories. And we have lots of memories at Maranatha. Before you, all your dreams. Around you, all who love you. All the people here that are watching you are the people who love you. Within you is all you need. That's all you need. Ahora voy a decirlo en español. Buenas tardes a todos ustedes. Es un honor para mí estar aquí junto con ustedes. Quiero decir una cita de Thomas Jefferson y dice así: la mejor forma de predecir tu futuro es creándolo. Si quieres algo que nunca has tenido, debes estar dispuesto a hacer algo que nunca has hecho, ir a lugares que nunca han ido. Y detrás de ti son tus recuerdos, antes de ti todos tus sueños, a tu alrededor todos los que te aman. Y el último es todo lo que tú tienes adentro de ti. Gracias. Hope Angélica Aguayo. Laura Daniela Anaya García. Melody Diana Anaya García. Good. Ivory Nisa Rose Martinez.
New Heights Academy. Is that better? New Heights Academy, Director, Nancy Valdez, Manager, Sonia Silva, Hope Site Coordinator, Valerie Lanzati.
Congratulations, New Heights class of 2022. As I look back at this school year, I feel pride to see how many students have reset and restored their hope. Hope that the world, although changed, has a sense of normalcy, as each day feels more and more familiar. Hope that friends and family are healthy and thriving after a long period of struggle. Hope that dreams and goals will be reached after many were put on hold. Although everything around us paused, the goal each of you graduates set long ago remained the same. You've had to restore and reset the path to reach that goal, and that pause that the world took only cemented that the goal must be met. Although the path looked different, many of you forging that path through new obstacles, and yet your goal remained the same. Now you've reached your goal, and it holds more importance and worth than it ever did before, because many lost sight of such, but you did not. Now, through your accomplishments, you bring hope. Hope to your families, hope to your teachers, and hope to your peers and underclassmen. You, as graduates of hope, have restored hope in others, hope of a future where obstacles are meant to be broken and where hard work forges paths towards new heights. I'm going to go ahead and say this in Spanish. Felicidades, clase de New Heights 2022. Al reflexionar en este año escolar, me enorgullece ver cuántos estudiantes han realizado y restaurado su esperanza. Esperanza que el mundo, aunque cambiado, tenga una sensación de normalidad, ya que cada día se siente más y más familiar. Esperanza que amigos y familia estén saludables y prosperando después de un largo periodo de lucha. Esperanza de que se alcancen sus sueños y las metas después de que muchos quedaron detenidos. Aunque todo a nuestro alrededor se detuvo, la meta que cada uno de ustedes graduados fijó hace mucho tiempo siguió siendo la misma. Han tenido que restaurar y restablecer el camino para alcanzar esta meta. Y esa pausa que todo el mundo tomó solo consolidó que la meta debe cumplirse. Aunque el camino parecía diferente, muchos de ustedes forjaron ese camino a través de nuevos obstáculos. Y sin embargo, su objetivo siguió siendo el mismo. Ahora has alcanzado tu objetivo y tienen más importancia y valor que nunca antes, porque muchos los perdieron de vista, pero tú no. Ahora, a través de tu logro, traes esperanza, esperanza para tus familias, esperanza para sus maestros y esperanza para sus compañeros y estudiantes de primer año. Ustedes, como graduados de Hope, han restaurado la esperanza en otros, la esperanza de un futuro donde los obstáculos deben romperse y donde el trabajo duro forja caminos hacia nuevas alturas. Felicidades, Class of 2020, New Heights Class of 2020. Congratulations. Sandra Lorena Guevara. Melanie Luevano Ávila. Celia Ortiz Álvarez. Ezequiel Eduardo Quintino. Dolores Santillano Ábalos.
New Hope Academy, Director, Site Coordinator, Kiffy Carnegie.
I am so excited to present Isabella Grace Hernandez as a graduate for New Hope Academy. Isabella started at New Hope in 9th grade. She is a very beautiful person who always thinks of others. She is excited to begin her career and continue schooling, becoming a licensed nail technician. I've been honored to watch her grow and develop into a wonderful young lady who is no longer nervous about taking these next steps. The capstone final project was a meaningful opportunity for her to dig into a career that is near and dear to her heart. She spends her time outside of school helping others to learn and grow, and is very excited to give back to others while pursuing her new career. Bella, thank you for everything you've done this year and in years past to make New Hope Academy great. God bless you and congratulations. Isabella Grace Hernandez.
Peak Academy, Director Amanda Cancino, Lead Mentor Andrea Duran, and Hope Site Coordinator Valerie Nickel.
Hi, my name is Andrea Duran, and I'm here to represent Peak on behalf of Amanda Cancino, our director. I will be delivering the speech that she prepared for our graduates class of 2022. I stand here this evening with the task of summing up the last 12 years of your life and give you sound advice that will propel you into your future. Yet I only have 1 minute to do so. I just used 10 seconds of my minute, so I better get started. The founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, gave a commencement speech in 2005, and his words were so profound, I would like to share them with you today. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Live your life every day for you. Make mistakes and learn from them. Enjoy every moment and don't forget to laugh. Congratulations, class of 2022. Jocelyn Jenna Barnes. Promise Ann Bustos. Jimena Cuevas Marquez. Alexis Angelica Espinosa. Kevin Alexander Flores Castillo. Alexandra Jeanette Lara Salazar. I said Kevin. Yeah. You did it. We're not taking it back now. You guys did it. Kiera Tanae Manning. Ruben Emerson Martinez Novoa. Francisco William Miranda. Juliana Montoya Lara. Congratulations. Alasia April Moreno. Congratulations. Daviana Lee Vigil.
Power Learning Academy. Director, Zach Macalusa and America Delgado. Hope Site Coordinator, Jenny Cole and Sandy Olson. And I missed somebody very important, Lenore Najor. Sorry.
Good afternoon. No empiecen. Today I'm wearing all my emotions under my sleeve, and I apologize in advance if I burst into tears. I couldn't feel any prouder and happier for all of you. Today is about you, about how these last 4 years have been a roller coaster of emotions and events. You showed us what you're made of, and that you are the class of resilience. I want to thank the parents for putting up with my complaint calls. Remember that your support was key to the success we celebrate today. To my senior class of 2022, thanks for all the memories we made this school year. I wish that smile on your face lasts forever and that your hearts continue to stay pure like today. This is not a goodbye, it's more like I'll see you soon. Congratulations, you made it. Ahora en español. Buenas tardes a todos. Hoy con todas las emociones encontradas me disculpo de antemano si rompo en llanto. Gracias, Michi. Ya que estoy tan contenta y orgullosa de cada uno de ustedes. Hoy se trata de ustedes, de celebrar cómo estos 4 años han sido una montaña rusa de eventos y emociones. Nos demostraron de lo que están hechos y de que resistieron. Quiero agradecer a los padres que me aguantaron perdón, y por su esfuerzo y sacrificios. Recuerden que sin ustedes y sin su apoyo, este éxito que celebramos hoy no fuera posible. A mi clase del 2022, gracias por tantos recuerdos que vivimos este año escolar. Deseo que esa sonrisa que veo en sus caras dure para siempre. Que sus corazones sigan tan puros como hasta hoy. Y que ese deseo de comerse al mundo permanezca por el resto de sus vidas. Hoy es el final de una etapa, pero el principio de todo un futuro por delante. Un futuro con hojas en blanco, al que ustedes son el autor. Recuerden que se vale equivocarse, sufrir, temer, para poder encontrar el éxito. Espero un día vean como yo los veo y con ese potencial de alcanzar hasta sus más locos sueños. Les deseo lo mejor de la vida. Este no es un adiós, sino un hasta luego. Felicidades, lo lograron.
Helen Dorothy Allday. Alexis Ávila Villanueva. Michelle Valderrama Maldonado. Thank you. Congratulations, Michelle. Brian Bello Pineda. Congratulations, Brian. Atiana Sydney Bourne. You did it. Hilario Castillo Herrera. Muchas felicidades. Gracias por ayudar. Miriam Virginia Chávez. Christopher Cruz Cabello. Jair Cuevas Barragán. Felicidades. Darn it, there's always that kid. Iván de la Cruz Rivera. Jaciel Eduardo Fernández González. Congratulations, Jaciel.
Gracias.
Muchas felicidades. Gracias. Yareli Grajeda. Israel Grajeda Gutiérrez. Muchas felicidades. Kevin Guadalupe Ibarra Amparán. Ruth Juliana Márquez Estrada. Kraylene Stephanie Molina Reyes.
Titan Academy, Director Amy West. They need some help. They're here all the way from Grand Junction, so let's make sure they see some love.
We're almost done. All the tears, bribes, and threats that Megan and I have made have paid off. The world the last few years has given these young humans challenges that current generations have not had to face, and they have tackled this ever-changing world with grace and resilience that will change the course of future generations to come. We have watched the world go from lockdowns and dissension to war and economic strife, yet we have seen the brilliance and kindness that the youth in our world have to offer, the positive change they can affect, and the humanity and community they bring to the table. I'm happy to be a part of a group of young humans that have been pivotal in the movement to change the world and to seek alternative ways to make your mark and surpass the rest. As educators, parents, and community members, we desire to have youth that show they are capable and will be good citizens in the larger world. And I, as well as all Titan staff, know the seniors we are presenting today will show the world determination, compassion, and innovation. Thank you, parents, for allowing us to be a part of molding your child. As Tom Brokaw so eloquently said, you are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world.
Kwan Isaac Finn. Jeremy Todd Gibson. Terry Cheyenne Humphrey. Caleb Hunter Long. Isaac Matthew Meese. Leandre Finn Nave. Jean Florcelda O'Keefe. Austin Preston Lee Sevenens. Jacob Scott Welk. Samuel Thomas Wilkie. Trinity Marie Wood. I need one.
Congratulations. Graduates, I wish you all the best. You're truly an inspiration to me and everyone in this stadium. Now, graduates, please stand. In recognition of your graduate status, drumroll, change your tassel from left to right. Family and friends, I present to you Hope's class of 2022. Thank you all. Good night.